When Emma was 12, she stumbled upon her father's old phone tucked away in a drawer, scratched, slow and nearly useless. But to her, it felt like a treasure. One calm night, sitting by her bedroom window, she pressed record and whispered softly, "Hi, future me, I hope you're still smiling." She didn't know what made her do it. Maybe she just wanted to freeze a piece of her childhood. Or maybe she was looking for someone to talk to, even if that someone was her future self. That one small act became a secret tradition, her yearly ritual shared only with time. At 13, she recorded again while the rain pattered gently outside, saying she had her first fight with her mom and sighing that maybe her mother didn't understand her, but still loved her. She giggled afterward, unaware that she was creating something timeless, a diary not of paper and ink, but of her own growing voice. By 15, her tone had shifted. School was hard, but she had met a new friend, Lily, and hoped they would still be friends one day. At 17, her words cracked through tears as she spoke about her father not feeling well, scared but still holding hope. A year later, the background hum of machines filled the recording as she whispered that her father was gone, unsure how to live without him, but promising she would keep recording. From that moment, her yearly messages became her healing. Her confessions, her prayers whispered into the silence. At 20, her voice was lonely but steadier. She said she was scared living alone but was learning who she was when no one was telling her who to be. At 23, there was laughter again as she got her first job, saying her father would have been proud. At 25, her tone softened when she said she met someone named Ryan, who made her laugh like she used to before everything changed. At 27, she spoke with joy. Ryan had proposed and she said yes. Her mother cried happy tears this time. At 30, her voice glowed with excitement as she said they were having a baby. And at 31, cradling her newborn daughter, she whispered that she hoped her little girl would always know she loved her more than anything. In the background, her baby's gentle breathing filled the silence, a lullaby that would outlive her. Years drifted by. The recordings grew fewer but deeper. Some carried laughter, others fragile confessions. One message said Ava said her first word today. She said mama, and nothing could make her heart this full. But when Emma turned 36, her voice carried unease. A cough interrupted her words as she said they found something in her lungs, trying to laugh it off. At 37, her voice was weak, her breathing uneven, as she whispered that if she didn't make it, Ava should know every recording was also for her, that she wanted her daughter to know her not as a story, but as a voice that loved her endlessly. That was her last message. Years later, Ava grew up with fading memories of her mother, her scent, her warmth, her lullabies, but not her voice. Her father, Ryan, kept a small wooden box labeled for Ava when she's ready. On Ava's 18th birthday, he finally handed it to her, saying softly, "She wanted you to have this when you're ready to listen." That night, Ava sat alone, holding the old phone with trembling hands. She unlocked it and found dozens of recordings labeled by age, from 12 to 37. She pressed play and heard a young, timid voice say, "Hi, future me, I hope you're still smiling." Tears filled her eyes as her mother's voice filled the air again after so many silent years. She kept listening, hearing laughter, heartbreak, dreams, and love. The journey of a girl who became a woman, a daughter who became a mother. When Ava reached the final recording, she cried uncontrollably as her mother's faint voice said that if she didn't make it, she wanted Ava to know she lived, loved, and never stopped believing in happiness even when it hurt. The phone clicked, then silence. Ava pressed the phone to her chest, holding her mother close for the first time. After a long time, she wiped her tears, opened the recorder app and whispered, "Hi Mom, it's me. I listened to them all. I heard your laughter, your love, your pain, and I just want you to know I'm smiling." She saved it as voice note, age 18, and in that moment the circle began again. Years later, Ava would listen to those same recordings whenever she felt lost, on her graduation day, on her wedding day, and when she became a mother herself. Life had come full circle. The love that once spoke through the static of an old phone now lived in Ava's voice, steady, strong, and alive. One sunny afternoon, Ava's daughter Mia found that same phone and curiously asked what it was. Ava smiled, eyes glistening, and said it was her grandma's phone. She used to record her voice every year. Mia asked if she could record too, and Ava nodded, saying, "Of course, just press the red button and talk to your future self." The little girl pressed record and said sweetly, "Hi, future me, I hope you're still smiling." And somewhere far beyond time, In a quiet corner of heaven, Emma smiled too. Because love, once spoken, never really dies. It travels through generations, carried in voices that never fade. The years slipped by softly, like pages turning in a book written by time itself. Mia grew up in a home filled with laughter, gentle music, and the echoes of voices that belonged to people she had never met but somehow felt close to. Sometimes on quiet evenings, Ava would sit beside Mia, holding her while they listened to one of the old recordings, Emma's voice wrapping around them like a warm blanket. Mia would whisper that Grandma sounded happy, and Ava would smile, saying she was, even when life was hard. As Mia grew older, she recorded her own messages too, about riding her bike, missing a grandma she never met, and being told she had her smile. Every recording became a bridge from past to present, from one heart to another. One rainy afternoon, Ava sat by the same window where Emma had once recorded her first message and said softly that maybe her mother's real gift wasn't the memories she left, but the courage she planted in them. Time moved on and Mia became a teenager, curious, fiery, full of dreams. One evening, she found a hidden folder in the phone labeled for when she's ready, containing 3 recordings, one from Emma, one from Ava, and one unnamed. She listened to Emma's voice reminding her that every generation faces storms, but love is the anchor. Then Ava's voice saying she hoped she had been the kind of mother Emma was. And finally, a soft melody where both voices blended, saying together, "We love you, Mia, always." Mia sat there crying silently, her heart full, and whispered to her future self to remember this feeling, this love. Years later, Mia grew up, fell in love, and had a family of her own. The old phone was preserved, its heart still beating with decades of voices. One day, her little boy Noah found it and asked if he could talk too. When he pressed record and said, "Hi, future me, I love Mommy and Grandma and Great-Grandma too," Mia laughed through her tears, hearing 4 generations woven together like a song that never ends. That night, she played the very first recording again. "Hi, future me, I hope you're still smiling," as the stars shimmered like memories above her. She whispered, "We're still smiling, Grandma, all of us." A gentle wind brushed her cheek, warm like a mother's hand, as if Emma herself was listening. Later, Mia uploaded all the recordings into a cloud archive called Voices of Love so they'd never be lost again. Decades later, people around the world found them, listened, and cried. Strangers who realized that a whisper from a little girl long ago had become a universal echo of love. And somewhere beyond the stars, 3 voices, Emma's, Ava's, and Mia's, intertwined again, laughing together, timeless, endless, a harmony that could never die. Because love, once spoken, never really fades. It becomes the voice of forever.